Now, the first post that I woke up to this morning on X was this one by CoinDesk. Bitcoin is showing bearish signs as price action over the past week suggests the formation of a double top pattern. Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't believe that this bear has any teeth. Here's why. Well, Bitcoin is still holding its cyclical systems, primarily that monthly 10 simple moving average. You can see just how every single visit of that monthly 10 SMA was where the buyers actually stepped in to pick prices up, and that's when we actually saw those impulsive rallies begin from. The first rally alone was a good 200% to the upside, and the second one was a good 120% to the upside. It appears that Bitcoin has come back down to that same opportunity zone. In addition to the monthly 10 SMA, we were also looking at the bi-weekly Mango dynamic support, which has also been extremely powerful in guiding this entire bull run so far. And not just this one, if you guys zoom out, you'll find that it's been pretty clutch in catching almost every single one of Bitcoin's bull and bear markets. And the fact that price is still currently living over that bi-weekly dynamic support is telling us that, hey, the ball is still in the bullish court, while lining up with the monthly 10 simple moving average as well. So we have powerful confluence on that region, and you can see just how well the bulls are actually stepping up here to pick prices up. But it's not just that the cyclical systems are holding, it's also how it coincides with everything else. Predominantly the data on Bitcoin longs. Bitcoin longs has actually hit a 6-month high right now. So there's a lot of open interest on Bitcoin longs. The previous two times that it happened was right here in September of 2024, as well as right here in Feb of 2024. Now, oftentimes people would look at this data and say that, oh no, this is bad news. They're going to try and counter trade this. But no, the data shows just the opposite. If we go ahead and pull up Bitcoin's price action and observe that every time Bitcoin longs were at its highest, Bitcoin was just about beginning a massive trend. The first one happened right here in Jan of 2024. And you can see that Bitcoin made its way from 52.6K all the way up to $73,000. Second instance where the open interest on Bitcoin longs actually hit a high was right here in September of 2024. Bitcoin at the time was at $60,000, and that's where the trend actually took off from, taking Bitcoin past $100,000. Now it appears that the open interest on Bitcoin longs is once again at a 6-month high, while price is currently sitting on macro support. If we're going off of historic data within this cycle, we know that in both instances, this has been massive opportunity for anyone looking to jump in. And guys, the open interest during these junctures of the market are often dominated by whales, the smart money, that have been here for a very long time. Because in contrast to this, if you really look at general market conditions, crypto fear and greed that often represents much of the retail investors is currently at neutral. All right, and it's neutral today, which is actually better because yesterday it was fear, last week it was fear. And if there's one thing that I've learned over the years, and this is one thing that Sean keeps harping on about, is that bull markets often climb a wall of fear. How often do you see markets turn when there's this much fear on the streets? No, it's often euphoric out there when the markets turn. No one's willing to believe that the markets have turned. There's a lot of hope within the space, within market participants. You can see it on almost every social media platform. The people who have actually jumped in for the first time are also feeling hope. Everyone thinks that markets are going to recover, and that's when the market turns in earnest. And the opposite is true when sentiment is at its lowest. And primarily look at this cycle alone. If we look at crypto fear and greed over time, mark out every single bottom in price action. Now this was 15K Bitcoin. We had another low right over here, which was October of 2024. And it appears that we have one more that came in very recently on March 7th, 2025. Now, the first low on crypto fear and greed actually corresponds to 15K Bitcoin, and that's where the market reversed. Now, the second low on crypto fear and greed actually corresponds to September of 2023, and Bitcoin was at 25K, just about to take off to $70,000, which is a good 200% to the upside. The third instance where the market dropped to extreme fear was right here in August of 2024. This is where Bitcoin actually made its local low at $52,000 before it started its next major move past $100,000. And once again, guys, sentiment is at its lowest right now. While price is currently sitting on two of our most important cyclical supports, the monthly 10 simple moving average as well as the bi-weekly dynamic support. Now, before I give you guys the next major bullish tilt that I'm seeing on Bitcoin, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder that the birthday sale ends in the next 4 days. The coupon code is CAKE25 attached in the description. You can use it towards all indicators as well as programs. Now, of course, I'm always going to be biased towards education first, so if you ask me, always pick the programs before the indicators. But this is going to be on till the end of the month. Now, the last bullish tilt on Bitcoin, and I honestly think that this is actually a pretty big one. We have a clear series of lower lows on Stokes, while in that same corresponding period, Bitcoin went on to put in higher lows. A very clear bullish divergence that if you zoom out, you'll notice that we've never had bullish divergence this strong on the monthly time frame through any of the cycles. And this is with price actually living over the monthly 10 simple moving average. So we are seeing a symphony of technicals just coming together to form a very beautiful bullish picture. And this bullish divergence currently coincides with price sitting smack on that monthly 10 simple moving average cyclical support. And for those of you who enjoy trend lines more than me, check out the RSI. There's been a very clear trend on the RSI highs. If you take it from the first cycle of 2014 and look at every single corresponding high, drag the line right through, you'll find that the relative strength of this cycle has not yet reached its full potential. In fact, it's barely even peeped over that 80 percentile mark, which has been quite the signature throughout the past 3 cycles that we've had so far. All the technicals right now are pointing to more juice still left on this cycle, so I would be very careful of falling victim to bearish pieces before we actually get the right to bearish signals. Until we get those bearish signals, I think all these bears have no teeth. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the likes. I will now see you in the Discord chat. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.